Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys can hear me. Um so this video is pretty much just to uh like what can you how to grieve after a loss. How do you deal with the loss of a family member, more specifically a parent. um so if you have been watching previous videos, pretty much all of my videos, then you'll know that my mother did pass away. She passed away November 21st, 2019. She was 62. She had some health problems, um, but her she died of complications after surgery. She well, okay, so after the memorial service and everything, I am gonna be completely honest. She did leave me with a lot of bills that I knew I wasn't gonna be able to pay on my own. So my sister thought it would have been a better idea if I just moved out and of the house that we were living in, me and my mother, and move in with her and her family. And at first I was a little bit skeptical, because I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this, because I'm moving to it. That means me moving to a whole other state, having to quit my job, and having to find a new job and all of this other stuff, and then me not having a vehicle just kind of heightened that heightened the doubt in my mind. So I thought on it and I thought on it, and then after her memorial service, my sister was like, "Are you still, are you really? Do you want me to come and get you, or do you, prefer to stay?" And I was like, "You know what? You can come get me, and let me just start completely over, and let me get what I need to get done, and then within maybe like a year or two." Something on my face. I was playing with my dog earlier. It's probably hair from him. Let me just start completely over and try to do it on my own. So initially when she passed away, of course I cried, because for one, I didn't cry because she was gone. I cried because I wasn't there to be with her like I wanted to. And I was actually on my way. I was on my way to a meeting that was for her. It was a health insurance, or a medical bill insurance type thing. And I was just going to sign papers. And so my sister called. She's like, "Hey, are you driving? Like, where are you? What are you doing? Are you home?" I said, "No." I said, I'm driving. I'm on my way to go and see mom, and then I'm gonna go. Or I told her I was gonna go and sign these papers first, and then I was gonna go see her. And so then she said, "Well, you need to get off on the nearest exit. Just pull over." So I was like, "Okay." So I didn't want to pull over on the highway, so I was like, "Let me just go ahead and get off on the exit and find somewhere to park." So I found this gas station and I parked there. And then that's when she told me that she had passed away. And I was very, very upset with myself, and I faulted myself because I wasn't there. And that was the first mistake I made, in faulting myself, because I had completely stopped eating. I was not sleeping. I hit the ground running with my jobs, with both jobs. I was, if I wasn't working at one job, I was at the other job. And if I wasn't at that job, I was over here. And even if I were to get off early enough, because at one job I'd get off at 8 every day. And so I'd get off at 8, and then I'd go right to my other job and be like, "Hey, let me work, for the rest of the night." And then they close at 12. So it was a lot to deal with. And then leading up to her memorial service, things just kind of kept going downhill, per se, like, because so we had to rent a car, because our truck had finally broken down, and it was not able to be, well, we could fix it, but it would cost us $1,500 that we didn't have. So we did rent a car. Well, I didn't have. So my mom rented a car, and we had this car pretty much the entire year, and so we were having to pay for that. And then of course I was paying. I was trying to keep up with bills, and do everything else, and try to take care of my dog and get him to the vet when he needed to go and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff that I had to do for him, I pretty much had to do it at home. I couldn't really take him to get a groom and things like that. Now his shots and stuff, he was fine on, so there's nothing to worry about that. I didn't have to worry about that at all. It was just me trying to juggle everything on my own, without a sturdy foundation. Like the foundation was really rocky and was broken up and was on the verge of making everything collapse. So I had gotten a break, finally moved to Georgia, and my sister was like, I don't want you working, wait until February to start looking for a job, and so I was like, okay, so I didn't listen though. I was still applying to different jobs and writing information down, all types of stuff to try and so to make sure that when February does get here, by the time February does happen, I will have found a job and will have been working for at least and we'll be able to work. But then of course God stepped in. He was like, okay, so you didn't listen to your sister, so you're gonna have to listen to me. So I will say it was put to where I would get these interviews and then they'd cancel, or I would not get a response back. And I'd get the emails saying that, yeah, we reviewed your application and we'll let you know. And I'm sorry, I feel heartburn coming on. I had sausage for dinner. I probably should have waited to eat dinner. I should have recorded this first and then ate, but it's okay. So it was just a lot of things that has been going on for the last few months. And then I decided to, with the money that I did have from my income tax, and then of course the stimulus check that had been going around, I used that money to open my own business, which I will show you my little small space over here. Well, actually, I'll just flip the camera, make it better. So this is just real quick. This is everything. It didn't look like this the first time. The first time when I did like a little office tour, I showed you guys these two bins right here. And then I showed you like this container, and then the red container is in there. But I've got a bigger bin. This box is going out. This is an order. Well, actually, no, this is not an order. This is something that I sold. But I'm waiting on the payment from the young lady, and then I'll send it off to her. And this is also something that I sold. I sold it on Mercari, the selling app. And it was a pair of sunglasses. And oh yeah, go check out my Mercari. It's not. I think I have this, and I think I have 2 other listings on there as well, 2 or 3, I believe. I will be posting more stuff on that Mercari app, because there is a lot of things that I am trying to get rid of and make room, because my sister is planning on moving next year. Sometime either beginning of next year or the middle of next year, she does plan to move, and I don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff. So but anyway, back to the topic, grieving. So I'm gonna back this up so you guys see me a little bit more. Excuse the belly, I'm trying to get rid of it, y'all. I've been on this weight loss thing for about a month and a half now. I've done pretty good. Since I've gotten here in January, my beginning weight was 281, and I weighed myself again today, and it is I can't remember. It's either 256 or 260 something. I think it was 250. I think it's 256. I'll just have to weigh myself again. But I've lost almost 30 pounds, so I am happy. It doesn't really look like it, but I'm getting there. My goal weight is actually to get to 175. Um, Normally for my height, I am supposed to be around between 150 and 160, but 175 would do me good. So, um, anyway, back to the topic for real this time. So, me having to go home without her being there, I did find myself in her room a lot. I wouldn't sleep in there. Well, when she first went into the hospital, I already had this feeling that she wasn't going to come out. And about for about 3 or 4 months, I had been having visions or dreams um, about her dying, like different scenarios of her dying and me crying at her funeral, or me crying in the hospital, or crying at home. Like all these different scenarios ended in her, passing away. And I was just like, oh Lord, are you telling me my mom's gonna be gone this year? Like, and it happened for about 3.5 months, and then the week, that she passed, or the 2 weeks before she, or no, when she went into the hospital is when I stopped, because she stayed in the hospital for an entire month. Um, so when she went in, I stopped having the dreams and the visions. I stopped, and I was just like, wow. And I didn't really realize that I had stopped having those dreams until maybe like a month or two ago, and I was like, wow, I haven't dreamt about that ever since. And I was just like, oh. So, but I for the first 3 weeks, I didn't go in her room. And this was before she died. I didn't go in her room unless I needed something, because I did have a lot of my clothes in her room as well. And she had a lot of the hair products and stuff in her room. So whenever I needed to do my hair, I had to go in her room and get things, and then I'd forget to bring them to my bathroom, all that type of stuff. So for about 3 weeks, I didn't go in there. I never slept in there. I and then I got to the point where I was working so much until I like was barely sleeping. I was barely getting 5 hours of sleep. And when she did pass away, it took me about a week. Maybe no, it took me about two weeks actually to actually go in her room and start looking through things and starting to declutter and get rid of things. And then when my sister said that they were gonna come, her and her husband were gonna come and help me with my stuff, I was like, well, I need to. She wanted me to be sure to. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me turn this down. Anyway, so I just, I had to try to find some type of release, and I felt like me cleaning that house was my release, because I was so closed off from a lot of people. The only people that I was really talking to was my uncle and my sister, and my dad. And I, like anybody else besides the people I worked with and my family, and those three people I wasn't really talking to. And then I got to the point where the situation got to the point where my boss from one of my jobs, she was like, "You're off. I'm taking you off. You take these days off. Take as many days as you need off, because you need to, you need to grieve. You need to let it all out, and you let it go." So for a while, I was like, "No, I'm gonna be fine. Excuse me, I'm gonna be fine. Nothing's going wrong, and everything's cool." But I did take some days off from my other job, and I took a leave. Well, not a leave of absence, but I did take was it bereavement leave or something like that. I did take that for I think 3 or 4 days, so that I could handle the so I can handle all of the me and my sister could handle everything for the memorial service and the cremation and all of that. And I know in one of my videos I did show you all her urn. I showed you all her urn, and it's, but for those who have not seen it, it is a it's it looks like a regular vase, but it does have a top, and it has and it's like a really light plush pink color, and it's got angel wings on the front, and then on the base of the top part of the lid, the top part of the vase, it's the urn itself has her name, and it has, she was a minister of our church, one of the ministers of our church. So it says minister, grandmother, mother, or sister and mother, I think. I can't remember. It's something like that. Something to that effect. And, but we put her on up there next to my grandfather. And my stepfather is also, he's not up there. His urn is too big to go up there. So when I moved, I did decide to take his urn with me. I wasn't going to. I was going to give it to his uncle, only because they were a lot closer than, although him and my mother were married, they were a lot closer than me and him were. So, but I was like, you know what? No, I want to keep it. So I kept it, and I brought his urn, and I brought my grandfather's other urn with me. So those are in a container, and they're, you know, they're nice and put away. So needless to say, we have a lot of dead people in here. Anyway, honestly speaking, mentally, it has been tough. Mentally and emotionally, it's been very tough. Like in the physical, you see me, you look at my face, you're like, oh, she looks, you know, okay. She doesn't look like she's really grieving. You know, she doesn't really look like she's in any pain, or, you know, like, none of that. But honestly, you know, I still have some, you know, some lingering pain, but it's mental. It's up here, and it's emotional. And I don't talk about it as much. I don't talk about it to my family, my sister, and me and my sister are like this, and there's a lot of things that I don't talk to her about. But I am trying to get to the point where I can start opening up to her, because if I keep being closed off, then things won't be, things will be taken the wrong way. And I don't want that. So I have definitely been trying to open up a little bit more about what's happened to me, and, you know, things that have gone on, and, you know, in my past, and how I feel now versus how I feel back then, and all that other stuff. So it's just a lot. But I mean, I'm getting it. I'm trying to get to where I can be in a mentally in a safe place, because I don't want to be the type of person to not open up and then get to the point where I'm just completely closed off from the world. That's not something that I want. So guys, just keep me in your prayers. Keep lifting me up. I have to check to make sure that my I have to check to make sure that my comments are turned on, because I noticed on one of my videos that my comments were turned off, and I was just like, oh no, like I was so upset, because I was like, I think I was telling you all to like comment, but then I noticed that after I posted the video that my comments were off. I was like, oh, how the hell are they gonna comment if it's turned off and they can't go in to actually comment? Y'all gotta excuse my hair. I had it up today, and then I took it down. I had it up in a bun, but I took it down to because I don't like keeping my hair up in buns all day. So as soon as I get off work and I get home, that scrunchie's coming right on off. But that's my little not rant, that's my little chit chat. I noticed a lot of people do like when I did notice that a lot of people did like when I did a business chit chat with my niece. So if she wants to, I'll go ahead and I'll record one. It might not be tonight, probably be sometime tomorrow when I do it, and I'll upload it here, and then we'll go from there. I look forward to doing more videos and having you all like my videos and commenting and give me advice on my personal and my business and, you know, all the other stuff. I am open to any type of advice, any type of criticism. Somebody just uploaded a video. Sorry. I'm open to all of it. Excuse me. I'll open up to business ideas and how to run a business without a website, because I currently do not have a website. So but that is in the works. It'll be a little bit longer before I can get one, but as soon as I do, y'all will be the first to know. Well, actually, you won't. You'll be the second to know. My sister will know first. It's bad, but I mean, hey. All right, guys, make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. If you know anybody that likes videos like these, have them subscribe here. Have them look, have them watch my last videos, and let me know how you guys feel in the comment section. If you want to share it, you can share it too. Make sure you follow my Instagram, my personal Instagram, oh, it's too much to say. I'll just put it in the description. My business Instagram, I'll put that in the description as well, and also my business page and my group pages on Facebook. All right, bye.